I'll do the quick handoff. Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to the JeepSolid garage. Look what's been keeping me busy for the last few weeks. I'm a new granddad, my very first grandchild. It's the coolest thing. She's so cute. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick peek at her. And we're gonna get started. Oop, we're losing the binky. I gotta hand her off. There you go. New grandbaby. Little exciting little preview there. You got her? Good. All right. Hey everybody, how you doing? So yeah, that granddaughter was born, what, 3-4 weeks ago, and it's kept me busy for a few weeks, but just because we've got to visit with her and have a lot of fun. So we're gonna get started with the show though. Hope y'all can hear me just fine. Deluxe starts here. We got a few people signing in. If you didn't catch that, go back and look right at the very beginning of this video. We had a little sneak peek, a little guest surprise at the very beginning. Showed off my granddaughter. We're going to continue throwing bolts on the ground because that's what I like to do. We're going to continue with some brackets and pulleys and stuff tonight. You guys can let me know how you're doing this evening. Excited to have this live stream going. This is on my 97 XJ here with a brand new rebuilt engine in it. All the parts from Engine Tech. You pop over to the other. All the parts from Engine Tech to rebuild that 6-cylinder inline 6 4-liter engine. And Engine Tech's the sponsor of this build. Their website's linked in the description below, so be sure to throw more bolts on the ground. Be sure to check them out. I've used Engine Tech parts on quite a few other builds and have been very happy. Never had an issue with any of their parts. What did we do on this engine? We did everything. New pistons and rings and bearings and seals and valves, and here we are now. Hope to have this up and running soon. Tonight we're doing this this pulley, or this bracket. We're going to probably get to the power steering pump, maybe the fan. See what all we can get to here. 3 little bolts to hold this bracket on. We got a lot of the regulars here already. Deluxe Start. Jeremy's here, Moab Wheeling. Oh, my eyes aren't good enough for that. Does that say KB6 LCW? Jeremy again, Jeep Reaper. Spartan's here. Hey, KT fam, cute grandbaby. Go back and check that out at the very beginning of the video. You can see a super cute little grandbaby. Showed her off at the very beginning there. All right, those 2 bolts. Then we got this through bolt that goes through the front side here. Oh, actually, I might have to put it on this way. This actually goes through. Is that kind of clear? I feel like it should go the other way. But I need a little room to get it through that other way. But then I want to be able to take that off. Maybe if it goes through the back side, it'll have enough clearance, but it just looks like it's awfully close to this pulley here. It's not going to rub on it. I just won't ever be able to get it back out, this one bolt. Yeah, if I need to take the timing cover off or something. And if I put the fan on there, oh yeah, that's plenty of clearance. Okay, we're good. What else you guys got going on here? Moab Wheeling. Congratulations, still. Cute grandbaby. Thank you guys. Boom, there we are. Dual camera. So yeah, showed off the grandbaby a little bit at the very beginning. Before you know it, she'll be out here wrenching on stuff with me. Let's tighten up this through bolt. There's one bolt down the bottom of that bracket. I need a deeper set 15mm. Here we go. We'll get on this guy down here. Oh, I can't use my ratcheting on this. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to make this quicker. So we're getting close on this build, and if I could be fast enough, we could have this done in a couple of weeks. There we go. That guy, and then what were these? These were what was that? That was my 15. But I thought I had a 9/16. I did. Yeah, 9/16 fit really good on those. We're gonna get this fan bracket on here. I can only do the one with this. And that's too big for that. Let's grab the 9/16 ratcheting wrench. Let's see, Jeep Reaper, I was wearing that exact same outfit today. Blue JeepSolid shirt, camo shorts. That's awesome. You were getting set for the show tonight. Thank you for your support and for buying the shirt. I hope you like it. They're still on sale on my webpage there. If you look in the video description. Oh, get that torque to factory spec there. I gotta get next to you guys here. Yeah, pretty cool shirts. I'm really happy with the design. That 9/16. I'm gonna use my swivel head. 9/16. Let's see. Hello from Toronto, Canada. Let's see. This guy will reach down in there. Get this last 9/16. Oops. That's lefty-loosey. We need righty-tighty on this guy. And then we'll jump over to that through bolt. Because they're nice enough to design it so that should be plenty tight. There we go. All right, should we do fan? Let's flip you guys back over here. What else you guys up to? Love the shirt, Dale. Well, good, thank you. Camera close. I'm gonna get a drink of water here too. So it's a little warm in the shop here. I kind of redid my camera setup here a little bit, so hopefully that's not going to be as wobbly. I think these guys are a little 13 millimeters. We'll try to get this. Oh, do I want to put this fan on? Yeah, because I took the fan off last. Well, let's see, I'm going in reverse order here. Because the fan shroud and all that. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. Fan pulleys. Yeah. So we'll have barely enough room to get the radiator in. I don't really want to be fighting with the fan, with the radiator. So I don't know. I guess that's the question. Do we leave the fan? Throw a nut on the ground. Do we leave the fan off? Why does that sound like it's rubbing on something? Oh, because I got to put the fan on first. Do we leave the fan off? No, we don't put the fan on first. Before we put this, I just want to make sure this isn't rubbing here. Why does that sound like it's rubbing on something? Let me pick up the bolt that I dropped here real quick. The nut. What are you guys on? You guys are on camera close. It just sounds like it's rubbing on something there. we might have our first issue, which I can't really see. Sorry, I put my big head in the way here. Is it rubbing on that bolt that I put? Oh. No. Why does that sound like it's rubbing? Because it definitely is. Am I missing something here? You know what? I'm sure it's rubbing on that bolt. That through bolt. Let me back that off a little bit. I was just kind of paying attention to, what was that, 15 millimeter? 9/16, where's my 15? Just what it sounded like. I think this bolt is just a little too long. So it must be the other. So I have another one of these bolts, but it's actually outside on my donor engine. I don't want to put this in. So I don't have to take this bracket off. Oh, come on. To get this 15 millimeter, or this bolt through. We're back to taking apart stuff we're doing. That's what I do sometimes. Okay, I've just backed it off a little bit. Let's see if that sound goes away. Yep. Dang it. So it was definitely... Oh, you know what I can do? I got an idea. First of all, it is a 9/16, so I need 15 millimeter. I got an idea. Hey, hold on, everybody. Okay. Go ahead and throw that nut bolt on the ground. Here's my idea. I'll show you what's going on here. So this bolt down on the bottom of this bracket is going through and just rubbing on the back side of that pulley, right? I'm gonna add a couple washers here because I need just, when I backed it off just a little bit, and it's just barely rubbing on that. I'm just gonna add 2 little washers because it just sticks out a little too far. So we're gonna change that up. Dual camera, boom. Let me grab a couple of washers real quick. The other thing that would solve this would be to put this bolt through from this side, but that pulley's in the way, so you can't get this in or out. If I ever had to take that timing cover off, this bolt's gonna have to come out. I'd have to take this bracket off too to do the timing cover, which hopefully I never have to do, but if we do it this way, we will have a little more room. Where are my washers? Here we go. I don't want any monstrous ones, but let's see here. You guys are pretty big. You would do the job. I'm going to add 2 washers though, just to give me enough room. There we go. There we go. I'm going to add 2 little washers on that side. That should keep this backed off enough. I'm glad I heard that rubbing. I would hate to have that bolt just catch on there and be rubbing and mess up the pulley, and then I've got an engine noise, and then the belt breaks, and there we go. Okay, now it doesn't make a noise. Did you guys hear it earlier? Could you, never mind. Spartan. Hello, Dale. Spartan, did you say something that you said never mind? I didn't miss anything, did I? Spartan, if you said something and I missed it, sorry, say it again. Or is that what you were going to say? Had a washer. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes I do need the help. All right, we're going to tighten down this little guy. Just give it a little ugga-dugga. Oh. Forgot I had used it last on taking stuff apart because no, it was the right way. There we go. Just trying to snug this bolt down a little bit. That should be plenty. All right. So I think that bolt was just a hair longer than my other one. So now we can put our pulley on here. That'll do the trick, and our fan. I don't know, do I leave this, part of me, I'm really tempted to leave this fan on until we get the radiator done. Did I take that fan off? I mean, you know what, I think I'm gonna leave that off until I do the radiator. Because then, once the radiator's in, I should have just enough room to slip this in. The bolts are gonna be a pain to get to anyways. So yeah, we're going to leave ourselves a little extra room. So that's how the fan goes on there. And then you got these 4 little nuts. I know the description said fan, but not tonight. Tonight we got bracket on there, pulley, that through bolt. Little problem, little disaster there. Taken care of. Let's get another sip of water because it's warm out here. Ha, Bella's on here. Bring the baby back out. Is that what you guys want to see? You guys just want to see the baby, huh? She is awfully cute. Oh, let's do power steering pump here. Let's get this little bungee out that's not doing anything. And now this other bungee, where's it going? She's awfully cute, cute little baby. Here in a few years, like, I can pretty much guarantee eventually they'll probably be in some videos. Give it another 10 years or so. Okay. How does this contraption go on here? Good Lord. We got those 3 bolts there. This dually whopper. Oh, that goes down there, and those 2 go back there. Easy peasy. You guys probably can't see a word of what I'm talking about. Move you a little bit. Boop. Okay, this little bracket here goes clear down on the engine. There's two bolt holes there, which are here and here. Let me take these guys out. And then I've got actually another I'm going to have grandbabies coming out my ears. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be running all over the shop here. Another 5 years. There's going to be kids all over the place. And we're super excited about it. Okay, and the one down here, which I can't get off with my bare hands. And 9/16 should fit that pretty good. Okay, that little guy back there. So we got those two and that guy. Power steering pump. Okay. The lines, yeah, they all look good. You just lay like that. Get that. Get some of these threaded through. Kind of get that started there a little bit. And then one down below. Get that guy started. And then the little guy down underneath. Try to get this guy threaded in. So this XJ we bought from like an elderly couple that were actually the original owners. They bought it brand new in 1997, which is pretty amazing. Boy, this bolt almost looks too short. Is that in the right spot? You know what? Nope, it's just not lined up. Anyways, bought this from the original owners, which, yeah, that's just amazing. They took good care of it. But it is a 97. It's showing its age a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to tighten that guy down. And our plan, it's a great vehicle for the kids. If you can have your kids learn to drive on an XJ, honestly, I kind of highly recommend it. Because they have really good visibility. Ripped it right out of my hands. Kind of wasn't ready for that. Okay, that one's tight. Go ahead and tighten up these other two. Well, no, let's get everything in place first. Okay, these bolts. So, yeah, my daughter, Sasha, which you guys know, you've seen her on the channel many times. Yeah, she learned to drive with this XJ. It worked great for her. Now it's going to be time for my next daughter, little Amanda, to learn how to drive. Well, actually, she's already driving, but she's not driving this yet because it's got a few issues right now. Like the engine's taken apart here. But anyways, what I was saying, great vehicle for kids to learn to drive on. And the reason I say that is because the field of view they have is just amazing. There's no blind spots. When Sasha bought the car she's driving now, she's like, oh, it's terrible. Like, I can't see anything. Because she was used to driving this. She was used to driving the XJ where she could see everything. All right, there you go. Jeep Reaper, it'd be easier to leave the fan out. Good call. All right, I concur. I'm going to give that a try. But we're getting close here, aren't we? So, and we got a, because we knew the couple that we bought this from, we got a great, great deal. Honestly, I don't know if I should actually tell you guys. You guys will be mad at me. Why don't you take a guess, though? Put some guesses up there. When I bought this 97XJ from the original owners, pretty darn good shape. You guys have seen quite a few videos on it. It's got, what does it have, 118,000 or 130,000? Doesn't have like a million miles on it, 100 and something thousand on it. Everything worked on it. It does have some issues, like the door locks don't work quite right. The heater doesn't work great. It's got a brand new engine. But anyways, when I bought it brand new, well, it wasn't $1. more than $1 deluxe start. That would be a great price, though. So more than $1, 500. That's a great price too. More than 500. Ow. What else we got? 3,900. 3,900. That was still would be a good price. But we got it for a lot less than that. A lot less than the 39. We're going Price is Right rules, closest without going over. Yeah. Closest without going over. Well, yeah. Jeremy, 3,000. Close, but you went over too. So if we're doing Price is Right rules, yeah. Price is Right rules, Moab Wheeling was the closest. Ooh, Moab Wheeling, you're getting really close. $750. You're getting real close. You're still under, though. One more little bolt on this bracket down here to tighten. Did somebody get it yet? Moab said 750. That was super, super close. Okay, there we go. Tight, tight. 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 Those three. Man, we're busting it out tonight. Whew. Whew, yeah. Is anybody going to guess spot on? Is that a 13 or is it 13? Oh, wait, I got to adjust this pulley, huh? How does this pulley work? There's the nut on this one down here. There it is. Okay. Look at that. Just making sure everything's tight. That's not tight. Trying to see if there's a little bit of play here. Just a teeny tiny. I mean, I can just hear, I can't even hardly feel it, but I can hear it just. Dun, dun, dun. $1,000. No, you went over. You were super, super, super close with the 750. You were off by like $50. Dang, look at that. Boom. We can put the belt on, but gotta get the fan on here first. So I'm gonna do the belt and the fan a different time. But what do we got down here? Oh, is this? Oh, this is one of my, yeah, one of the transmission cooling lines. I gotta replace one of these ones. This one I kind of bent up a little bit. Let's do some wire. Blunk. Blunk. There we go. 900. Oh, more Wheeling got it. Okay, 800. You finally got it. 800 bucks for a 97 XJ. What a steal, huh? So, yeah, we'll have this. We've had this in the family now for a few years. We're real happy with it. It's been a good vehicle for us. And that goes under there. That'll go over there like that. Throttle cable. What is this? Mess of wires. Where does this go? That's why I label everything. And I got a comment on a video, I think I talked about it last week, where, yeah, 800 bucks, and I drove it home. Oh, about the labels, the guy commented on one of my other videos, I think I mentioned last week. He was saying, don't put labels on it, just take pictures of it. And he's right in some regard, but this is how it works better for me, especially a big project like this. Just trying to get this wire loom rail down here on top of these head bolts. So these guys are pushed down on there like that. But I really like labeling stuff like this because it makes it so easy for me to hook things back up. Like this goes over the top of the power steering pump and then down to the O2 sensor. And what the guy was saying was, don't bother labeling it, just take pictures of stuff. Pictures work great for some applications, like if you're doing particularly like doing rear brakes on a vehicle. Before you take it apart, snap some pictures. That can save you huge headaches. But something as complex as this, there's so many little parts, and then you can't snap a picture of where this plugs in. So the labeling works so much better for me on stuff like this. It's 1, 2. I'm just paying attention because I've got all these injectors labeled. They kind of fall right into place. 1, 2, 3, 4. But like these ones you can get mixed up. See it? There's number 6. This injector here looks crooked. We will be looking for fuel leaks when we fire this up. Okay, this is number... Wait. That has a 5, that has a 6, okay. Wait, 5 and 6 down here, you could definitely swap these guys. Wouldn't that cause some fun? Okay, now is there a tab on those that I gotta slide over to lock them in place? Pinch it together, comes out. No. There is no tab on these guys, they just snap on and call it good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, all these wires to the throttle position sensor and intake. Oh, this goes to, see, 2 thermostat, just boom, easy. What if I should put new wire loom on that guy? That guy's falling apart. Let's do it real quick. So I haven't shown any wire loom work on the channel yet, but if you'll notice, some of these have been just so brittle. Like this one's just falling apart. This one, it's okay. I'm gonna redo that guy. Where's my little wire loom? Here it is. And now, where's the end of it? There it is. I think I cut this with some good scissors, but I don't have my good... I'm gonna grab some good scissors real quick. Hang on. You guys are all watching the show, right? Yeah. Just checking on some of my viewers there. And this wire loom it's a high temperature wire loom. because it goes right up next to engine parts. So just make sure you buy something that can withstand that heat. Cut it off like that. Then, where is my lighter? I'm gonna grab a lighter real quick as well. And there it is. Sorry for the wire loom timeout, but I wanted to do this just, I don't know, show you guys what I've been up to, and you can see my method of how I'm doing this. And the ends of it, just to keep it from coming unraveled. I just spread it out a little bit. I find that it melts a little better if you open it up a little. So cut it a little long so that you, when you melt it, you don't end up with it too short. That's still a little hot. And we'll push it down in there. So yeah, there's some parts of this that got brand new wire loom. Some of it has the old wire loom on it. As long as it's still in good shape. Not worried about that because it having old, a mixture of old and new. Because I'm not going to be taking it to any car shows or anything. Well, maybe I will take it to a car show as a spectator. And a little bit of electrical tape on here. Just at the ends, because this is such a short run. There we go. Wire loom is done. This guy, yeah, it's supposed to have a little locking tab on it, but it's missing. Not my best wire loom job there, but that'll do. Better than it was. And that's what we're going for, right? Don't make it worse. Let's see. People always gave AMC a hard time, but they had some great engineers. X-Ray is proof that the 4-liter, yeah, the 4-liter is an amazing engine. Jeremy, curious how you found that deal. It was through some mutual friends. So, oh, this goes down to the crankshaft position sensor. So we'll leave that label on there. And then these guys, so anyways, yeah, through some mutual friends, we found that amazing deal. And this guy, yes, this guy goes right here. Get on there. There we go. We'll just hook all of our sensors back up. Wait a second, that guy doesn't go there. These guys I did not label because they can only go in one spot. That is one good thing the engineers did. Is they designed this so that these plugs all here are designed differently. There we go. Oh, we're getting close here. And this guy goes down to crankshaft position sensor. Where is that? Let me find it. Grabbed old flashlight. Let's see. Always freshen up your fruit of the looms. Me and my son bought a 95 and it was rusty POS. 1,200 bucks. I'd love to put it on a frame. Yeah, 1,200 bucks for 95. I mean, that's more realistic. I got an unreal deal. I got lucky on that. Okay. Crankshaft position sensor is in my hand. Just double checking because I can't see anything. Yep. Oh, that's right. It runs back here. I'm like, this is a short run. That's right. It comes right here. Snap in, and there's a little Christmas. You guys aren't even. Sorry, I switched cameras and forgot to switch you guys. Crankshaft position sensor is going in, or it's in, but now it's hooked up. There we go. And now on the back of this guy, there's a little Christmas tree back there, and there's a spot on this bracket, if there's enough room, but this is so tight. There we go. Could have swore this little Christmas tree went right there. It doesn't want to push in there. Just go in there a little bit. You know what? I think I did last time. That's like, what, a 10 millimeter. And tighten that back down. And I think I just zip tied this in place. From what I remember, I had the same trouble. Same trouble last time. Did my 10 millimeter fall all the way through? It did. Come here. It's fiddling around with that bracket. Of course, I loosened this up. That is 10 millimeter. Let me tighten that down. And while I'm at it, I'm going to just zip tie it in place. Grab a little screwdriver. Kind of keep that bracket from spinning. There we go. This crankshaft position sensor can sit right up there. I just don't want it right on the manifold. Oh, was it on top? No. I just don't want the wires to get too hot. I'm just trying to make sure this wire's in a spot that I'm happy with. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. It's up off the manifold. So I just don't want to get hot and burn anything. Yeah, no. Well, and it's intake, so that's not super hot. Okay, there we go. We're good there. Alrighty. Let's see. Vacuum line. This goes to the one by the throttle body. Right there. See, that's why I like the labels. What else have we got while we're over here? This little vacuum line. I've got some stuff tucked back here. Oh, I got a ground. That's right. That's the other reason why I like I love labels because it makes them stick out. Here's the ground that goes to the head. Right back there, but I need another nut on that. Anyways, I'll get to that. There's a vent, but this to the back of the manifold. Where do you come from? You just go right there, which is fine. Just hooking up some vacuum hoses, vacuum lines. You go there. That's all great. What are you? You go down there. Okay, we'll get that ground later. This goes down to oxygen sensor. I'm not going to do that on camera right now because I'm kind of determined I don't like doing stuff underneath on the live stream when we're doing stuff on top and bottom because it just makes camera work too hard. So what else do we got on this side? We're almost ready to fire. Just fire this up. Dual camera. Boom. Oh. 10 millimeter, gone forever. Yep. Vacuum hose. Are you on right there? Right? You weren't labeled, but that's the only spot you can go. Because this one goes to the air box. That one goes there. There's another vacuum line to go there. I'm going to go underneath and do that. That goes to the brake master cylinder. Throttle cables. We'll get those another time. That one and this one. So we'll get the throttle all hooked up here at a later time, not right now, because I want to just make sure these are all wired through how I like them. Those guys. This guy comes from underneath. Where are we at? 8:18. Still got a little time. So this throttle cable, it's going to come up to like there. I'm just wondering about my heater core hoses here. And come over. Okay. We're gonna go boom and boom. But let's get the spark plug wires on. We got time for that. We're supposed to do this last week, but we got a little tied up with some other things. All right. I'm gonna set down in there. I kept all the wires on, which is fine. I labeled them real good. We'll get them back in order. This cap only goes on one way. It's keyed to where the little screws on each side, different shaped receiver on them, so only sets on one way like that. And then we got the one for the coil, and I already lubed these up with a little bit of dielectric grease. We're going to push them on until we hear them snap. You like to feel that click. Okay, number 1. This is clearly labeled number 1. Shove it on there good and tight. Number 1. This guy is number 2. And 3 is back here. You hear it snap on there. That's number 3. Number 4. There we go, 4. And then 5. This guy's 5. There we go, 5. And 6. Number 6. All the way to the back. There we go. Except 6 went over the top of that cable. I don't like that. We're going to pop it off here though and bring it under the cable. There we go. Okay. Now we can try to put some of these wires in these holders a little bit just to kind of keep it somewhat organized. Not sure if I want number 1 going like that, but I don't know. Guess that works. And you go in there. There we go. There we go. It's looking good. Cap and wires are all on good and tight. Now the heater core hoses. Wait, where was that? There it is. This wire loom. There's a little holder on it back here. There we go. Okay. Heater core up here. And there. That'll work. Fingers aren't quite that strong. We got a ton of stuff done today. This is probably one of the most productive days we've had, I think. So we might be two episodes away from starting this. So we'll do another episode of doing the radiator, transmission lines, just some of that stuff. Boop. I do have a fancy hose clamp gizmo, but honestly the teeth on it are like worn out, so it slips a lot. Sir slips a lot. So we're just doing vice grips. Or channel locks. Channel lock plier to the rescue. Boy, we're looking great. I'm not sure I really like how these heater core hoses are touching up against these wires. Okay, there we go. I just don't want extra heat against the spark plug wires themselves. And then, I don't know, I've read where you don't really want spark plug wires running like right on top of each other. I think when they're in these holders, they're okay. But, and crossing like that's okay, but you don't want cables, or maybe I'm thinking of like just cable TV. You don't want them running just right on top of each other. Yeah, I think that's actually cable TV. You can actually, like, if you run cable TV, like 2 cables right next to each other like that, you can get, over a long span, you can get a little bit of interference. Not sure if the same for spark plug wires, but I don't know. I guess that's my habit. That looks pretty good there. Alrighty. Oh yeah, we got the air conditioner too, huh? I almost forgot about this guy. Well, didn't almost forget about him, but we will have to bolt him down too. Then we got to the starter. Got a little more wiring to do, so I'll tighten those bolts down, and then there's a plug on the back of the condenser here, or compressor. Plug that guy in, and I might need to put new wire loom on you. Yep. There's like no wire loom left on this guy. Yeah, it is just chewed up. So we're going to rewire loom him at some point today, or not today, but another day. Plug him back in, then those four bolts, just bolt it down and plug it in. Then we can do the belts. Like we're 90% of the way there. Drop the radiator in, put some fluids in this thing, and we'll start it up. And we're right on time, 8:30. Boom, let's see. Where are we at? 10 millimeter. Jeep Reaper, helping a friend rebuild a Dana 35 carrier bearing, bit the bullet and killed the carrier. Ooh. Well, that's a fun project. Notice that Harbor Freight Tools has 10 millimeter kit. It has all different 10 millimeter tools, wrenches and sockets. Really? I did not know that. I'm going to have to check out that 10 millimeter kit at Harbor Freight. I had no idea. That sounds like a good time. That's cool. I want to know they have any great sales. Already tore down, talking about the Dana 35. Tried talking him into a locker, but he decided to go with a limited slip. Well, it's better than an open differential like I have on my YJ, which I need to put a locker on. We'll get to that. That'll be a future episode. I think he'll be okay with a limited slip, but it depends on what kind of off-roading. Daily driver. Spartan, I thought about going tomorrow, but we expect a lot of rain. Oh, that'd be nice. We're actually supposed to get a little bit of rain Saturday, tomorrow, yeah. Next week, oh yeah, a little story to tell you guys. Next week, I don't know if we're going to be able to have an episode next week. At this point, Friday, I don't think so. Well, or it could be just completely different. My daughter Sasha, which we've talked about, she's been on the show quite a few times. The new vehicle she bought, it's been fine. We had to replace catalytic converter on it and do a few things. But it's been, for the last 6 months or whatever, it's been a good vehicle. Yesterday, she noticed a puddle of water underneath it. Okay, so she brought it over this morning for me to take a quick look at it. And sure enough, the water pump on her vehicle is leaking. But this is actually on a Chevy Equinox, and the water pump on it is a massive pain. The water pump is not driven by a belt. It's not an electrically driven water pump. The water pump on this Chevy Equinox is driven by a sprocket on the timing chain. Oh, so it's a huge project to do the water pump on this. We have to disconnect the exhaust and drop the catalytic converter, take off the intake manifold to do that. Then you can get to the water pump, but before you can pull the water pump, on the back side, the timing cover, you have to pull a little panel, put in a special tool to hold the sprocket in place. Then you can pull the water pump out. If you don't use that special tool, there's a sprocket on the water pump when you pull it out that'll fall down inside of your timing cover, and then your timing on your engine is completely off. All of this for a simple water pump. Out of curiosity, I called a local shop today. $1,350 to do a water pump on this Chevy Equinox. Where a water pump on another vehicle, Sasha was like, "Are you kidding?" Because Sasha actually helped me on a water pump. You can go back and look and find that video on this vehicle from a couple years ago. We did a water pump on a 97 XJ. We did it in an afternoon, a couple hours, boom, done. But this is going to be it's a big project. I think the shop, it was $1,350 because it's like four and a half or 5 hours of shop pay or whatever at like what, $250 an hour plus the price of the part. But anyways, that's a long way to say I'm busy up until next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm tied up. So that's the chance when I have a chance to help her fix her water pump on her car. So I think we're going to start it Friday because I believe she's off on Friday. We could live stream that. I don't know. I'll see if Sasha's up to it, but I don't know, because it's going to be a long project. And we're going to just be working on it at our own. We're going to start that in the morning. So it'll be Friday morning. Yeah, so by the evening, we might have it half done. But anyways, that's what's going on. So I don't know if we're going to have a live episode next week. If we do, it probably won't be on this, although we're so close. We need to drop the radiator, fan in, hook the transmission cooling lines back up. So I think we have one more episode. Then we'll have an episode of putting oil in, adding coolant, and firing it up. So I think we have 2 episodes left. Some of these little bits and pieces, like hooking up the starter, the ground that I found back there, the compressor for the air conditioner. Some of that stuff I'm just going to do off camera because, just because. So next week, I'll keep you guys posted. If we're not doing something next week, I'll let you know. I'll post something on my channel, like no live stream, but I don't know. Keep your eye out. We may not. But that's it for tonight. Maybe I'll see you guys next week. Hope you have a good week, and I'll catch you in the next episode. You guys have a good night. Blame the EPA, their fuel economy mandates. Got to make everything more compact and aero. Just makes everything more complicated. Yeah, what a terrible design. $1,350 to do a water pump. And you have to take the intake manifold off, the catalytic converter off, special tool for the timing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Dale, live stream it. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Good night, all. All right, yeah, I'll talk to Sasha about live streaming it. I don't know what she's going to be into, but maybe she'll like that. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.